Hello students, welcome back once again. In the previous video, we have discussed the autotrophic mode of nutrition. In this video, we will discuss the second part, that is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Before we start the slide here, I want to play a video about heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Watch very carefully. See.
Friends, now let us know about those plants which do not have chlorophyll and cannot synthesize their food on their own. Just think about how do they survive and from where do they derive nutrients. As we have already learnt in this module that these plants derive food from other plants and animals, and this type of mode of nutrition is called heterotrophic mode of nutrition.
So children, those plants which do not have the chlorophyll, they cannot their own food. So this type of plant are directly or indirectly depend on other plant or animal. Okay, these are insectivorous plant, parasitic plant, saprophytic plant and symbiotic plant. Watch again.
The plants in which this kind of mode of nutrition is found are known as heterotrophs. There are 4 types of heterotrophic plants: parasitic plants, saprophytic plants, symbiotic plants, insectivorous plants. Now let's learn them.
Okay, so one by one we will discuss here. Start from the first, that is parasitic plant. Okay, so parasitic plant are those plant which do not have chlorophyll. They directly or indirectly depend on other for their food. Example of parasitic plant, that is cuscuta or amarbale. Okay, clear about that? I repeat once again, parasitic plant are those plant which do not have chlorophyll and cannot prepare their own food. So this type of plant, they do not prepare their own food, they directly or indirectly depend on other plant. The example of parasitic plant, that is cuscuta or amarbale. In the picture you can see the cuscuta or amarbale. See here, this bale type structure are found there, that is cuscuta or amarbale. Okay, 3 picture are here, that is a cuscuta. The cuscuta living on the host. Without killing the host, they are taking their food from that. Okay, any problem regarding that? So about parasitic plant, I want to also play a video. Just see very carefully. Parasitic plant.
Let's start with parasitic plants. The plants which obtain their food directly from other plants are known as parasitic plants, and those plants from which they obtain food are known as host. You might have seen cuscuta, amarbale, nearby you, which is an example of a parasitic plant. It coils around the stem and branches as a yellow tubular structure. You'll be surprised to know that it does not contain chlorophyll, so it takes ready-made food from the plant on which it is climbing.
Okay children, so parasitic plant you can see in the picture, that is round shape. So they are living on the host and without killing host, they are taking their food. Okay, so the first, that is parasitic plant in heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Second, that is insectivorous plant. As the name suggests, these plants take the insect as food. Okay, so insectivorous plant, we can say that are plant which feed on insect. Example of insectivorous plant are pitcher plant. Or can you give any other example? The other example, that is Venus flytrap. Two example we can give of the insectivorous plant. First, that is pitcher plant, and second, that is Venus flytrap. Okay, these type of plant, they have the digestive juices also. They have the digestive juices, and by use of their digestive juices they can digest the insect. Okay, we can see here the picture. Okay, that is pitcher plant. The pitcher plant, they feed on insect. When the insect surrounding the pitcher plant, they take the insect inside the pitcher and release the digestive juices, and through the digestive juices the insect will be digested there. Okay, clear about that? Pitcher plant. I repeat once again, insectivorous are those those plant which eat insect as food. They have the digestive juices, and by use of their digestive juices they can digest the insect. Okay, clear? Now watch the video about insectivorous plant.
The next category is of insectivorous plants. There are a few plants which can trap insects and digest them and get nutrition. For example, pitcher plants. Actually, these plants can synthesize their own food by photosynthesis, but they grow in nitrogen deficient soils, so such plants fulfill their nitrogen requirement by eating these small insects and hence are called insectivorous plants.
Okay, so insectivorous eat insect as food. Clear? Next, that is saprotrophs. Saprotrophs are those plants which do not have chlorophyll and cannot prepare their own food. These plants take their food from dead or decaying organic matter. Okay, if the plant or animal die, so the saprotrophs attack on that plant and they take their nourishment, they take their nutrition from that dead plant or animal. Clear? The example of saprotrophs, that is mushroom and bread mold. The mushroom and bread mold both are fungus. Okay, both are fungus. Clear? Saprotrophs clear to you? I repeat once again, saprotrophs are those plants which do not have chlorophyll, so they take their food from dead or decaying organic matter. Example, mushroom, bread mold. Clear? Regarding that, I want to show a video once again in front of you.
When you go to a vegetable shop, you might have seen packets of mushrooms sold in it. Besides that, sometimes you may have also seen fluffy umbrella-like patches growing on rooting wood during rainy season. But do you know what these organisms are and how they get their nutrition? Friends, these organisms are commonly called fungi, and they get their nutrition from dead and decaying matter. To get their nutrients from dead and decaying matter, they secrete digestive juice and convert it into a solution. This mode of nutrition, in which organisms take in nutrients in solution from dead and decaying matter, is called saprotrophic nutrition, and organisms which use this kind of mode of nutrition are called saprotrophs. Thus, we can say that fungi are
Okay, it is clear to you. Saprotrophs are those plants which take their food from dead or decaying organic matter, and the example, that is fungus. Fungus, that is mushroom and bread mold. Clear? These mushroom and bread mold, they produce digestive juices on the dead or decaying organic matter and convert it into a solution and then absorb the nutrient from the solution. Clear? Means they produce the digestive juices on dead or decaying organic matter. These are some pictures here of the mushroom and bread mold. See the bread mold and these two pictures of mushroom. These are the saprotrophs and they undergo the mode of nutrition that is saprophytic nutrition. Okay, clear? Next, that is symbiotic relationship or symbiotic plant. Okay, symbiotic, that is the word symbiotic, that is very important for us. Students, listen to me very carefully what I am saying to you. Symbiotic, that is uh, if two organisms are living together and both provide benefit to each other, that is symbiotic relationship. Okay, some plants that live together and share their shelter and nutrient, that is come in the category of symbiotic plant. The two example I'm giving to you, that is alga and fungus. These two plants that are live together and they share their food and shelter. Okay, clear about that? Means whenever you listen the term symbiotic, that means provide benefit to each other. Okay, in our life we should become symbiotic, okay, with our friends, with our family members. We provide benefit to each other, like my friend giving something to me, then I will give something to my friend. Okay, so both show the good relationship, both provide benefit to each other, and this is known as the symbiotic relationship. Okay, the two example I've given to you here, that is alga and fungus. Clear? The fungus provide shelter, water and minerals to alga and the alga provide food to the fungus. Clear? Means fungus provide shelter and the alga provide food to the fungus. Both provide benefit to each other. Clear about that? Any problem? Symbiotic. Symbiotic, that is both provide benefit to each other. The two plants that are live together and both of them are provide benefit to each other. Clear? Now watch the video about symbiotic plant.
Friends, have you ever listened about symbiotic relationship? And what is the meaning of this term exactly? The relationship between two dissimilar organisms in which both are living together and share shelter and nutrients to each other is called symbiotic relationship. The organisms which are involved in this kind of relationship are called symbionts. Lichen is a good example of symbiotic relationship. Lichen is the association between algae and fungi. In this kind of relationship, algae provide food to fungi, and fungi provide protection, absorbed water and minerals to algae.
Okay, clear about symbiotic relationship? Here example I've given to you. Now I'll show the picture. Okay, that is the picture of lichen. Okay, in lichen the two plants living together, the one that is alga and another that is fungi. Okay, they both provide benefit to each other. Clear? In lichen the two plants that live together, the one plant that is alga and another plant that is fungi. So both are living together and they provide benefit to each other. Okay, one provide food and other provide shelter. Clear? So that's why they provide benefit to each other, that is symbiotic relationship. And the organism that undergoes symbiotic relationship are known as symbionts. Okay, clear? Let's move forward. Now children, the next topic of the chapter, that is how nutrients are replenished in the soil. Replenished, that is how the nutrients are restored in the soil. We know very well the plants grow in the soil. When the plants will grow from the soil, so they take minerals, they take nutrients from the soil, and by this way the nutrients in the soil will be decrease. Okay, the nutrients in the soil decreases. So the main thing that is here, how the soil can restore their nutrients. Okay, we'll discuss here. There is the two methods are there to restore the nutrients in the soil. The first one, that is natural method. Okay, see here, first, that is natural method by use of a organism, that is bacteria. Bacteria that are found in the soil, okay, that are found in the roots of many leguminous plant like peas, like beans, like grams. Okay, so the bacteria fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Nitrogen, that is nutrient, nitrogen, that is a mineral. Okay, so they fix the atmospheric nitrogen and convert into the usable nitrogen and give it to the soil. By this way, the soil restore their nutrient. Another method, that is man-made, in which the farmers use chemicals like fertilizers. Okay, the farmers use the fertilizer to restore the nutrient in the soil. Clear? Some farmers also use the manures. Clear? So manures and fertilizer are directly add to the soil. So by this way, soil increase in soil, the nutrients will be increased. Clear? The first one, that is natural, in which the bacteria play a very important role. Okay, bacteria fix the atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into the usable nitrogen and give it to the soil. By this way, the soil replenished or restored the nutrient. Okay, second one, that is man-made. The farmer directly add chemicals, that is fertilizer, to the soil, and by this way the capacity and capability of soil will be increased and the plant can easily grow from there. Okay, clear about that? Here some pictures you can see. In pictures, the farmers are adding the fertilizers directly to the soil. Okay, clear? Next one. Okay children, so in this chapter we have discussed the autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition and how the soil restore the nutrient.